address, location number are always whole number. If we declare the pointer variable of data type integer, if we declare the pointer variable of char, or if we declare the pointer variable of data type float, the declaration float asterisk x does not means that x is going to contain floating point value. It means x is going to contain the address of floating point value. So the pointer variable location number that always be what whole number. It's not like that you are using what float, so the address will be in float, or if you are using what character, so the address will be in character. It's not like that. The declaration float asterisk x does not means that the x is going to contain floating point value. It means the x is going to contain the address of floating point value. Okay, so this pointer variable is going to only and only contain the address of floating point value. Similarly for the char asterisk b. Okay, so the char asterisk b is going to contain the address of character value. Now I'm going to make a program, and this program I have already created in my previous video, that is to swap the value, but that I have done by call by value method in a function. Now I'm going to use pointer, and for that I will pass the address to the pointer variables, and this program will be called call by reference. So how to make this program? What I will do, here are two variables a and b, here are the two pointer variable x and y. So obviously the address of a and b, that is of address a, that is going to pass to what x, okay, then the address of b, that is going to pass to y, or y pointer variable is going to hold the address of b. Okay, once this addresses are held by x and y pointer variables, so this x and y pointer variables are going to work for a and b. Okay, so the program is to swap the values. The values which are there inside a is, it is 30, in b is what, 50. So we have to swap it. The a should have now 50, and then b should have what, 30. That we have to perform, but I'm going to perform this program by call by reference, and I'm going to pass the address to x and y. So on behalf of a and b, these two pointer variable x and y is going to work. Okay, and that how it's going to achieve, let us see. I'm going to make the program of it. So the first thing which I required is to declare a user defined function. Okay, I will start with that hash include stdio.h. Let me save it also. I'm going to save this program. So I'm making the program of call by reference. Okay, so what I need to declare the function, and the function is let us give it a name. Let's give it a name as I have to swap, so I give a swap to it. Okay, and I will use what, asterisk x comma asterisk y. Okay, so this is the declaration part. Then I will use what, int main, and inside it I will use what, the variables a comma b. I will give a message here, printf. What I am going to do, that is input values in a and b. Okay, so how I will input inside it, that is use the slash n here at the end to take the cursor on the next line. With the scanf I will use what, %d comma ampersand a. So let me again write it down. inside inverted comma what percent d comma and a comma and b. Okay, now the values are inside a and b. Now the next thing which I have to do is the calling part. Okay, so I will call the swap method, that is swap, but this time I'm going to pass the addresses of a and b. Okay, so this addresses are going to pass to the pointer variable x and y to perform the work. Once it will be performed, then I have to display the values. Okay, that is percent d some space percent d. So after swap, so it's going to display the value a of a and b. Okay, I'll use what return 0 here. Now once the address will pass to the swap method, I will use what int asterisk x comma int asterisk y. Okay, and inside it I will use one of the variable, what is z, and what I will do, z equal to asterisk x. Okay, then asterisk x equal to asterisk y. Okay, so how the swapping will take place I will explain, and asterisk y equals to z. In this way the values will get interchanged. Okay, now let us quickly save it and run it. It's going to give the correct result or not. Let me save it, and now click on the build button. So it's showing me 0 error and the 0 warning. I'm going to run it. Let me input the values. I have input 5 and what 10. So what it should display, it should swap, or I can say it should interchange. 10 should come first, then 5 should come next. So 10 and then what 5. So we get the correct result. It swapped the values. Okay, 5 of 10 I have entered. Now it's displayed 10 and then what 5. So how it worked, let us see. This is the declaration part of the user defined method. Now I have used inside the argument two pointer variables x and y. Okay, here are the two variables of the main method, or you can say of the main function a and b. I have input the value inside a and b. Now this is the calling part. So the main is calling the swap function. So when the main function calls to this swap function, the argument a and b is going to pass the addresses of a and b. Okay, so the address of a and b is going to pass to the pointer variables x and y. So from this a, the address is passed to what, here to x. Okay, as I have shown in the diagram also, and from b the address is passed to what, y. Now this x and y is going to work for what, the value of a and b. Okay, so in spite of using a and b, we are going to use what, pointer variable m star x and star y, or you say the asterisk x and asterisk y. So the asterisk x and asterisk y is going to work for the values of a and b. Asterisk x is going to work for the value of a. Okay, and asterisk y is going to work for the value of variable b. As these pointer variables are holding the addresses of a variable and address of b variable. So addresses of a and b are held by the pointer variable asterisk x and asterisk y. Okay, now what I have done, I have taken a variable z, and asterisk x means what, a, the value of a. So what is the value of a? That is what, 30. If I suppose input 30, so 30 is going to store inside z. Now what is inside b? Suppose it is what, 50. Okay, So the 50 is going to store inside actually A. So either you say what A, or you can say asterisk X, it's same thing, okay? Because for A it's working, this pointer variable is working. Now A is holding what, 50. Now what is inside Z? It is what, 30. So 30 is going to store inside B, okay? As the asterisk Y is working on behalf of variable B, okay? So I have, let me run it one more time and show it to you. I input what, for first 30, okay, and then 50. When I press enter, it's going to interchange 50 and 30. I have explained this thing in a diagram also. Let's see, here it is. Let me explain, so things will be more clear. We can say that on behalf of A, this pointer variable asterisk x is working, okay, and the value inside it, it's what, 30. So the asterisk x means it's going to work for A. This 30 is going to store inside Z, okay. So the value of Z is what, 30. The same way for B, as the asterisk y, this pointer variable is working, as this pointer variable is having the reference of this variable B, as it's having the address of it, so it's going to work for the value of B. So what is the value of B? That is what, 50. That is going to now store inside A, as the asterisk x is working for A. So now inside A it should be what, 50. Now the value which was there inside Z, that is 30, that is going to pass toward B, and the pointer variable is working on behalf of B, having the reference of B. So this asterisk y is working on behalf of B. So now B is now having what, 30. So the values are interchanged. Now A is what, having what, 50, and the B is having what, 30. I hope you understand how the interchange took place. I have explained with the diagram also. In the next video, I will explain something else. Thanks for today.